Hey there, what's happening? This is Eric and
Victoria.
And we are coming at you live from our home office in beautiful Marietta, Georgia.
That's right.
And we wanted to take a moment to do this quick live video. Our topic of this evening, we were doing our daily jog every day. We're out there in the morning around 10:30, 11 a.m.
Power walking.
Out in the forest. There's a path and there's the river that goes right next to it. And so we're out there every day, consistently, every day.
Resetting our metabolism.
But what happened today is the weather was a little bit kind of bad today. Well, it wasn't really bad, but it was not
it's going
sunny.
Down, and they're talking about snow tomorrow. And
it wasn't sunny like it usually is, and usually the path is packed with people. Yeah. Well, not packed, but usually there are a significant number of people out there.
Yeah.
And usually it's just so beautiful, with the animals,
beautiful and crowded,
and the geese and everything like that. But today the weather was not so good. It was,
people were like not there.
It was kind of chilly, so it was about 40 to 45 degrees, so a little bit chilly, not the normal 60 to 70 degrees. And it looked like it might be getting ready to rain. And so we were out there and we just noticed that it was pretty empty, right? But we just continued to do what we normally did. And, I said, well, I think the thing is, it's easier for us to do because it's a habit.
It's a habit.
We just do it every day. We don't think about it. We don't think about the weather.
Not at all.
I mean, there have been times we've been out there running and it was raining. We just pull up the hood, pull up your hoodie, whatever, and you just go and do it.
You do what you have to do. You don't change just because of extenuating circumstances that unforeseen that happen to orbit around you. You maintain in spite of everything that's going around you. You stay steadfast in spite of the weather, circumstances, financial, relationships. You keep forward. Yeah. And that's what we did. We might have had a little bit more clothes on than we normally do, but it's the slide edge principle.
You make an adjustment.
You make an adjustment.
It's the slide edge principle. You just make sure that you show up and you're ready to go. And it's the same for anything else. Whether it's working out at the gym and whether it's building your business.
Yeah. Especially if you're building a business.
The most important thing is not to stop. But you stick to your schedule. You stick what you're supposed to do, and then you make the adjustments you need to do to make sure that you show up and show out and do what you need to do. But, so we were just, we were doing our usual jog and looking around. And it was like, where are the people? Where is everybody? And so I looked at Victoria and she said, good habits are maintained in inches.
That's right.
And lost in miles. And I was like, whew,
and
wow.
I want to add to
that was a great comment.
Thank you, John. I want to add to that because I had a lady years ago that was a coach because I did the whole pageant scene and loved it. And I remember she was one of my coaches and she told me this. She says, Victoria, don't forget this. It's easier, and she was talking about working out, it's easier to maintain than it is to start over. Let me say that again. She said it's way easier to maintain your endeavors than it is to start over. In other words, if you're maintaining, you're not doing a whole lot. You're just coasting and maintaining. But when you start and stop, and in this particular situation, if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, a network marketer, when you maintain and stay on course, you're going to get your success because you're consistent and you're maintaining. But the problem is most of you network marketers know what I'm talking about. You'll start, you'll stop. You'll start and you'll stop. You go back and forth. And see, the thing is, a lot of times we think, okay, I'm going to do a little bit right now. And then when I get some time, I'm going to put like 4 or 5 hours or weeks into it. And see, it doesn't work that way.
It's a formula for disaster.
It is really a formula for disaster. It does not work that way. It's easier to maintain if you're building your business, if you're doing the slide edge principle like Eric always talks about, and you're doing, everybody should get that book. And you keep doing a little bit every day, it builds up over time and you see big results. But when you start and stop, it's really much harder. Because psychologically, you feel like defeated. You feel like, oh God, I got to climb that hill backwards again. It's harder. It really is. The same with the lady that was working and coaching me for the pageant. She said, as long as you maintain, it's easier and you'll never have to keep starting over again. I feel bad when people stop. They just come to a screech halt and they stop. And then they're like, oh God, I've got to start over again. And you're like, do I really want to do that? Yeah. I've heard network marketers say, I'll maintain because I don't want to start over again.
Yeah.
So just maintain. If you just maintain and you do a little bit consistently, you don't have to start over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier. It really is.
Just make sure you show up. You may, it's like sometimes, when I'm not feeling too good, I still go to the gym. It's like I may not work out as intensely as I normally would.
And you don't have to. Because you're consistent.
But if I take a whole week off,
you feel it.
And then I come back in the gym, oh my God, that's torture.
And Eric is a great swimmer. He used to compete. So he loves to swim. But if he misses like a week or two of swimming,
oh my God,
he can't get his breaststroke.
Yeah,
it's
butterfly.
Like butterfly. Sorry about that, sweetheart. He's got it. It's like harder.
Painful.
It's harder.
It's painful.
It really is.
It's absolutely painful. Yeah. So the thing is, so we say, you maintain habits in inches.
Good habits.
Good habits.
And good habits.
And then you lose them in miles. So it gets back to the slide edge principle the book by Jeff Olson, the slide edge principle. And so what Jeff Olson says in that book is, when you're looking to develop a good habit, when you first set out to do it, it can be very, very difficult at first. At first, because you're getting started. So
and you're not in motion yet. You're not used to doing it.
You've got inertia to deal with. You've got inertia.
Yeah.
But once you develop that habit, you've built up momentum. So you've got momentum helping you through, and then you're doing it consistently.
Yeah.
But the other thing he mentions in that book is usually some of the things that are the most difficult to get started with give you the highest rate of return. Initial effort is high, but the results and the yield, the return is very, very high too. Now, on the converse, there are things that are very, very easy to get started with, but the overall long-term effects are negative. And that's why you have the 1% of people that enjoy the maximum benefits and the wealth of life. Because at some point in their life, unless they were born with a silver spoon, they had to put in a lot of effort to get to a certain level. And then once they got to that level, they maintained it and they were consistent. Now, can you imagine learning a lot of different skills and consistently practicing those skills? That's how you become a master. I studied martial arts for years. That's how in karate, that's how you become a black belt. Yeah. There's certain skills that you have to learn. Now, at the beginning, they can be very, very difficult, even painful, right? But if you learn those skills, you have to continuously practice them. That's why you see even the masters practicing the basic techniques, because you have to constantly retrain the brain. And once that's established, they're very easy to do. So for what might be extremely difficult for a white belt to do is very, very easy for a black belt to do, because they're constantly practicing those movements. And it's the same thing when you're building your business. There's certain things that you need to learn. Now, there may be some initial pain in the beginning. You may need to get some coaching, some mentorship. You may need to make an investment to get some training.
You might need to adjust your schedule.
You might need to adjust your schedule.
Time blocking and balance.
But the thing is, once you learn that thing, you're going to practice it consistently, and then eventually it will become so easy and effortless for you. It's going to be almost like breathing.
It becomes, you know, I remember when Eric and I started doing our power walking, and that's all we did was power walk. And it would take us like almost an hour, sometimes an hour and 15 to go all the way down and all the way back. Yeah. Then all of a sudden we started picking up our feet. Yeah. And we started jogging. Now we're running. People are like clapping and going, whoa, go for it. And we're running back and forth, and we're doing it now like in 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
And we don't even think about it. That's because we've been consistent. We do it every single day.
And I remember, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I'm very transparent. What you see is what you get. I remember I wanted to do the girl push-ups. The girl push-ups, you get on your knees and you know, and my arms were like I couldn't do it. It just, nothing would work. I had no upper body strength. So every day I tried to do one or two of those, and eventually I could keep doing more and doing more. Then I said, okay, I'm going to try the men's push-ups. Mm-hmm. Now I can do the men's push-ups. Yep. I don't even do the ladies'
She doesn't even think about them anymore.
And what it was is every day I would try to add a new one. Every day. And now I'm doing it. My goal by the end of January, 1st of February, is to be able to do 30 men's push-ups effortlessly. And I know I can do it. Because the benefits of push-ups are unbelievable. Everybody should be doing it. I mean, it strengthens you. I know people have had open heart surgery and their doctors had them doing push-ups like a month after that. I mean, of course, I don't have that problem. But the bottom line is, you want to be able to maintain consistently, whether it's health, whether it's business. I don't care what it is. Definitely relationships and marriage. So it's easier and better to maintain than it is to start over.
Now, let's take one more example, and let's use the same, because we've been talking about jogging in the park, running in the park.
Power running.
What if the first day we went out there, we said, okay, we're going to run all the way to the end and back.
It wasn't ever in my mind. I wasn't going to do that.
In 20 minutes. And what if we got maybe a third of the way down, and we were panting and huffing and puffing? And what if we got extremely disappointed
and discouraged and feeling defeated like failures,
and said, you know what, that running thing is just not for us. We're just not cut out for that.
Yeah.
You know, isn't that how so many people approach getting started in their business?
Particularly network marketers. They want to do it. They want to conquer Rome in a day.
They want to give it a try.
I'm going to recruit 100 people my first month. Oh, yes.
Unrealistic expectations are the biggest killers for people's businesses.
Maintain the slight edge principle daily. Those little individual, little itsy bitsy goals that you put into action every day. I mean, I'm serious. Eric, I couldn't do push-ups, could I? None.
She couldn't do one.
And I'm talking about the girls' push-ups. Now I don't think twice about doing the guys.
Yeah.
It's the slight edge print. It's every day. I kept adding a new one. Mm-hmm. Little by little.
So that's our message for this evening. It's all about consistency and maintenance.
That's right.
Again,
good habits are maintained
in inches and lost in miles. And so with that, this is Eric and Victoria Duncanson. If you value the information we're providing and you like additional information and see what we're doing in our business, just type info in the comments below and we will definitely get right back to you.
That's right.
Our passion and our purpose is to help network marketers take their business online, leveraging the billions of people on the internet, leveraging the techniques of automation and artificial intelligence.
That's right.
We want to make your business profitable and actually be able to enjoy a lifestyle where you actually have balance, you actually have real time freedom, and real financial freedom. And that's what we're all about. And so we're here every weeknight. And we're a little bit earlier than we normally air. right now because
he's got some huge training
got to jump
tonight.
on some training.
Huge,
but you know what we learn from the masters we share.
That's right.
with the group. So we're going to be launching our own Facebook group very shortly,
and we will let you know.
Definitely let you know. But with that, hope you're having a great evening. If not, let's make it a great one.
And remember, excellence always prevails, especially when action is back behind it.